Hello dear students, I am Vijay Krishna Mallik. I am welcoming you to Pass Academy Soro. So today dear students, today we are going to read our first chapter, that is active voice and passive voice. As you know, it is very important for every competitive exam. So today we are going to read active voice and passive voice thoroughly. So dear students, active voice and passive voice. So what is the difference between active voice and passive voice? In active voice, the subject perform an action, but in passive voice, the subject receives an action. So that is the difference between an active voice and passive voice. So before we go to the main chapter, main subject, come to the intro first. You can see the picture here, active voice and passive voice. Look at the sentence structure, and here in passive voice. So active voice sentence structure, subject, verb, object, and the subject became object and object became subject in passive voice. Look at the example, dear students. Here, dad washed the car. It means it's simple past. So when we convert into passive voice, the car was washed by dad. It means here car is the object. The car is the object and dad is the subject. But while we converting in to passive voice, the car became the subject. It means the object became the subject, and we use the subject as the object. Here dad is the object, and we use the third form of the main verb, I mean was, washed, washed, and as it is in simple past, we use was here. So while we are converting an active voice into passive voice, it is very necessary to know certain knowledge or to know certain about tense. So what is the introduction or the definition of an active voice? Look at the sentence here, the definition here. It means at the time of speaking, generally we put focus on the subject. So while we are talking or speaking, we put generally emphasis on the subject, as we get the example there, dad washed the car. So dad is the subject. Okay, dad is the subject. If I will tell you, I eat a mango, look at the sentence first, dear student. Here I is the subject. It means I put focus on the subject. So here I is the subject. So while we are talking about an active voice, generally we put focus on the subject. So here at the time of speaking, generally we put focus on the subject. So it is known as the active voice. So while we are we put much more emphasis on the subject, it means it's an active voice. So in the same way, it is known as active voice, and in the same way, but at sometimes object is more important than subject, but sometimes we put more emphasis than the subject on the object. Look at the sentence here, I eat a mango. It means it's active voice. AB, I wrote a short form. Okay, so here AB means active voice. I eat a mango. Here I put emphasis on I. But while I will convert into passive voice, here I is the subject, it is the verb, and a mango is the object. So if I convert into passive voice, this one mango is the object, I will write first object. Okay, a mango is singular or plural? It's singular. So a mango is singular, so I will use a mango is eaten by me. I is the subjective form, and when it will be object, the objective form will be me. I hope you guys understood what is active voice. So here look at the sentence, I put more emphasis than the subject I put more emphasis on the object, that is a mango. So according to the definition, but at some times object is more important than the subject, so focus is given on the object. It is known as a passive voice. So in a very simple way or very common way, while we put more emphasis or while a subject perform an action, that is active voice, and while a subject receives an action, that is passive voice. Okay, that's it. Then keeps in mind, certain key points. Dear students, try to remember all these things. It's very necessary. At the time of changing voice, the meaning of both the sentences remains same. At the time of changing voice, the meaning of both the sentences remains same. So while we are changing an active voice into passive voice, we will not change the meaning. We will change the sentence into active voice to passive voice, but we will not change the meaning. It will be remain same. At the time of changing voice, the meaning of both the sentence remains same. Okay, we cannot change the meaning. Then every verb form V1, V2, V3, V4 plus ing is allowed in active voice, but in passive voice only V3 is allowed. Okay, so for an example, if I will take the verb play, I take the verb here play. Play is V1, right? Verb first form. If the second form played, V2, V3 played, V4 playing, and V5 plays. It means the fifth form of the verb. Okay, so all the form of the verb is allowed in active voice. All the form of the verb. I can write I play football, I played football, I played football, I am playing football, or he plays football. Any kind of verb or any form of the verb I can use in active voice. Okay, we can use in active voice, but in passive voice only V3 form. This one is allowed. In passive voice only V3 form is allowed. Okay, always use third form of the main verb in passive voice, that is object plus helping verb plus main verb plus subject. Okay, which in active voice the subject became object here and helping verb, then we will use the third form of the main verb, then the subject. Okay, the subject became object, so here the subject. Okay, always use third form of the main verb in passive voice. So dear students, kindly remember these three things, these three key points while you are changing an active voice into passive voice. Now how to change the voice? So what are the formula, dear students? How can we change an active voice into passive voice? So it's very important to know the formula. So formula, active voice, the structure of active voice, subject plus verb plus object, and in passive voice the object became subject and subject became here object, and we will use the V3 form of main verb, and the helping verb. We will use the helping verb. Then look at the example, dear students. I like mangoes. I like mangoes. Here subject is I, like is verb, and mangoes is the object, and object is plural, right? Mangoes is plural. So I convert it. I like mangoes. I is the subject, like is the verb, and mangoes is the object. So object became subject, it means mangoes. Mangoes, right? It's singular or plural? It's plural. So mangoes, and it is in present simple form, right? This sentence is in present simple. So if our sentence is in present simple, we will definitely use is, am, and are. Among these three we have to put according to the subject. So here mangoes is plural, right? Mangoes is plural. So I will use here are. Mangoes are liked. Third form of like, that is liked by. I became me. Then look at the example 2, active voice. I didn't like mangoes. it is in negative form, right? It is in negative form. It's in negative form. So I don't like mangoes. Here mangoes is plural, right? The object is plural. So I convert into, and it is in present simple form, but it is in negative form. Okay, don't. So mangoes aren't eaten liked by me. Mangoes aren't liked by me. We convert here mangoes as the object into subject, and here mangoes are plural, so we use aren't. Because it's in negative form, and like, the third form like is liked by me. I is the subjective form, and when we convert into passive voice, it became me. Then look at the example 3. I didn't like mangoes. Now certain key points, very important points, dear students. According to our tense, how many form we have in our tense form? We have totally 12, right? 12. Totally 12 tense forms. So apart from 12, we can change an active voice to passive voice. Out of 12, only 8 we can change an active voice into passive voice, but we cannot. There are remain four types of tenses. So what are the 4 types of tenses? We cannot convert into an active voice into passive voice. So now passive voice is made of the following tense. So what are the tense? One is future continuous. We cannot convert an active voice into passive voice if the sentence is in future continuous. Then present perfect continuous. Then our next is present perfect continuous, dear students. Then past perfect continuous. Then future perfect continuous. We cannot change these 4 sentences, their tenses, into passive voice. Now rule 1. There are certain basic rule. Rule 1, that is subject, verb, object. It is in active voice, right? And while we are changing, we will change into passive voice. Our object became the subject and subject became the object. Subject came here, so for here subject became, I changed the subject from the place to object, then object to subject. Then we use the V3 form of main verb. Then the another rule, that is main verb V3 form in passive. Always use the V3 form in passive voice. Now rule 2, dear students. Rule 2 is change of tense from active voice to passive voice. Rule 2, change of tense from active voice to passive voice. So what are the tense? We will convert an active voice to passive voice. So if our sentence is in present simple, dear students, we will change into present continuous. If our sentence is in present continuous, we will change into present perfect. If our sentence is in present perfect tense, we will change into present perfect continuous tense. So in present form, if our sentence is in present simple, we will convert into present continuous. If our sentence is in present continuous, we will change into present perfect. And if our sentence is in present perfect tense, we will change into present perfect continuous. Okay, so how we can change? I am just telling you after a few times. Past simple, if our sentence is in past form, if it is in past simple form, we will change into past continuous. If our sentence is in past continuous form, we will convert into past perfect. And if past perfect tense, we will change into past perfect continuous. Then future. If our sentence is in future simple, dear students, we will convert into future continuous. If our sentence is in future continuous, we cannot change. There will be no passive voice of future continuous. Then if our sentence is in future perfect tense, we will definitely change into future perfect continuous. Okay, so these are the basic rule from which sentence to which, from which tense to which tense we have to convert an active voice into passive voice. This is very basic rule, dear students. Keep remember all these things. Then rule 3, change of helping verb from active voice to passive voice. So what are the helping verb we have to change from an active voice to passive voice? So what are the helping verb? If our sentence is in present form, what are the helping verb we should change? So first one, present, from active voice to this one active voice, dear students, this one AV active voice, and this one passive voice PV. Okay, I wrote the short form of active voice and passive. So in active voice, if our sentence is in present form, definitely it will be V1. Okay, V1 verb first form, and we will convert into V3. As we know, we have to use, always we will use the V3 form in passive voice. V1, do or does, it means present simple. If our sentence is in present simple, we will convert into passive and we will use is MR. Do, does become is MR, and if is MR, it means present continuous form, we will change into passive and we will add being. We will just add being. It means we will use being in passive voice if our sentence is in present continuous form. And if our sentence is in present perfect, this one has have, if our sentence is in present perfect has have, we will definitely convert into passive and we will use been. We will use been in passive voice. Then if our sentence is in past tense, if our sentence is in past tense, so what are the helping verb we need to change in our passive voice? So in our, if our sentence is in past form, our verb form is V2. It means the second form of the verb, and we will convert into passive like V3. And if there is did, it means simple past, we will convert into past continuous and we will use was were. If our sentence is in past continuous was were, we will convert into was were plus being in passive voice. Was were plus being. And if our sentence is in past perfect form, we will change into past perfect continuous. It means had plus been. And final one, that is future. If our sentence is in future tense form, so there will be, we will get shall will plus V1. So future simple, it means shall will became shall will plus be, and shall will plus have. While our sentence is in past future perfect, we will make it future perfect continuous. It means shall will plus have, and it became shall will plus have plus been. So these are the basic rule of how to change a helping verb in passive voice. Then rule 4, dear students, the rule 4 is if the sentence is in continuous form, use being in passive voice. If our sentence is in continuous form, simply we will use the being, this word we will use in passive voice if our sentence is in continuous form. Okay, so look at the example here, dear students. Active voice, I am eating mango. I am eating mango, it means verb plus ing, and here am is using, we use am as an helping verb, as a helping verb. So I am eating a mango is the object, I is the subject, am is the helping verb, eating is the main verb. So while we will convert into passive voice, it is in continuous form, we will use being. So look at the passive voice, dear students. Here a mango is the object, we became the subject, here we make it the subject. A mango is, why did we use is? Because it is in present continuous form. So mango is singular and we cannot use M or R with mango, because it's a mango, only one mango, it's singular, so we cannot use MR, so we only use that it is. So a mango is being eaten by me. A mango is being eaten by me. Why did we use being? Because it is in continuous form. Then rule 5, dear students, if there is a modal verb in active voice, use be in passive voice. If there is a modal verb, What are the modal verb, dear students? Like can, could, may, might, shall, should, will. These are modal verbs. So if there is a modal verb in active voice, so we will use be with modal verb. Look at the example, dear student. Active voice. You should make the tea. Here should is the modal verb. You is the subject. You is the subject and should is the modal verb. Make is the main verb and the tea is the object. So I use the object as the subject here. The tea. Then should is the helping verb and we use be simple here because here is this one a modal verb, and according to our rule, if there is a modal verb we will simply put be with the modal verb in passive voice. So here we did the same. The tea should be the third form of make, made by you. Okay, the third form of make is made by you. You is the subjective form and also the objective form of you, the same you. So how to, now we know there are four kinds of sentence, right? There are four kinds of sentence like declarative sentence, interrogative sentence, imperative sentence and exclamatory sentence. There are four kinds of sentence. So how to change? First we will learn how to change a declarative sentence into passive voice. So how to change or convert a declarative sentence into passive voice. So first example, present simple. We will take an example of present simple. I write a letter. Here I is the subject, write is the verb form and a letter is the object, and it is in present simple because I write. The first form of write, the verb form is V1, that is write. I write a letter. It is in active voice and we will convert into, according to the rules, present simple into present continuous. Present simple into present continuous. So a letter is the object. I make here the subject a letter and it is in present simple. So we are going to convert into present continuous, right? So a letter is MR. Among is MR, a letter is singular, right? And we cannot use with the subject M or R. So we use is. A letter is written. Third form of write, wrote, written. Written by I became me. Now our passive voice is ready here. So now our next tense is present continuous. Present continuous we have to change into present perfect. So present continuous form is Sita is cleaning the floor. Sita is cleaning the floor. Here Sita is the subject, is the helping verb, cleaning is the main verb and the floor is the object. So object became subject, dear students. So the floor became here the subject. The floor is, and as it is in continuous form we use being according to the rules. The floor is being the third form of clean, that is cleaned by Sita. Then our next tense form is present perfect. Present perfect, like George has rolled down the fruit box in active voice. George has rolled down the fruit box. Here George is the subject and has we use has for perfect tense, and this one the verb and the fruit box is the object. So the object became subject as per the rule, and present perfect became present perfect continuous in passive voice. So we use here the fruit box has, and we use been here. As we know, according to the rule, if our sentence is in present perfect tense we have to change it into present perfect continuous. Okay, it's very easy, right? Present perfect continuous. So present perfect continuous, the fruit box is the object and we make here the subject, and has been rolled down by George. So this one, how to change a declarative sentence into passive voice. We took the examples of present simple and we convert into present continuous. Next we have and present continuous form tense. Then we change into present perfect continuous. Then present perfect tense we convert into present perfect continuous. Then we have past form. If our sentence is in past form, if our sentence is in past form, so what are the things we have to change? What are the tenses we have to change from an active voice into passive voice? Past simple. If our sentence is in past simple, it means Mr. Das built the temple in 1996. It's our active voice. It's active voice, and our tense is in past simple because we take the verb, second form of the verb here. And if our sentence is in past simple, definitely we will change into past continuous. It means we will use was and where. We will use was and where. We will use was and where. So past continuous, simple past became past continuous. Here Mr. Das is the subject and build is the verb form, and the temple, this one is the object. So the temple is singular, was made by Mr. Das in 1996. Here subject Mr. Das became object, and object the temple became the subject, and this one, the remaining part of the sentence, we just added at the end of the sentence. Next, our sentence, that is past continuous. If our sentence is in past continuous, so how to change into passive voice? If our sentence is in past continuous, we have to change into past perfect. So our sentence is Seema was going to Seema was doing graduation at UN college. Seema was doing graduation at UN college. So Seema is the subject, was is the helping verb, doing is the main verb, graduation is the object at UN college. At the remaining this one, the remaining part of the sentence. So the graduation here, the graduation, it's a singular, right? Was, because it is in continuous form, so we will use being. Was being, do, doing, do, did, done. The third form of doing is done by Seema at UN college. Seema is the subject, and here it became the object. Next form, that is past perfect. If our sentence is in past perfect, so we will convert into past perfect continuous. Look at the example, dear students. Here angry people had blocked the road for a long time. This one active voice. Angry people had blocked the road for a long time. Here angry people is the subject, and we have here had, the helping verb, and had is used for past perfect tense. So angry people had blocked the road for a long time. Here blocked is the main verb and the object is the road, and for a long time is the remaining part of the sentence. So our passive voice will be past perfect continuous. If our sentence is in past perfect, we will convert into past perfect continuous. It means the road is the subject, object, and it became the subject. The road had, and we just simply add been, because we are converting a past perfect into, and it will be past perfect continuous. So the road had been blocked by the angry people. Here the angry people is the subject, it became the object for a long time. We just add the remaining part of the sentence here at the end of the sentence, and it became our passive voice. Then our next tense, that is future simple. If our sentence is in future simple, dear students, future simple became future simple became future continuous, right? Future simple became future continuous. So future simple we will convert into future continuous. So the tailor will stitch her frock. This one future simple, right? We use will here, and this one stitch. Stitch is the verb first form. So here the tailor is the subject, will stitch is the verb, and her frock is the object. So the object became subject, like her frock, will, and we just add be in passive voice will be stitched by the tailor. It's very simple. We convert the future simple tense into future continuous form. We just add here be, and the object became subject and subject became the object. Next tense, future perfect. If our sentence is in future perfect, dear students, so if our sentence is in future perfect, we will convert into which tense? That is future perfect continuous. Okay, if our sentence is in future perfect tense, we will convert into future continuous, future perfect continuous. So look at the example, it will be easy to understand. Raju will have done the project. Here Raju is the subject. Will have is used for perfect tense. Done, third form of do, third form of the main verb. The project, here the project is the object, this one object, dear students, and Raju is the here subject, and will have is used for perfect tense. Okay, so Raju will have done the project. So we will convert into future perfect continuous, and the project is the object. We will convert into active voice, and here the project will have, and we will simply add been, will have been done by Raju. Okay, so I hope you people understand the active voice into passive voice. These are the basic things we have read today, and the basic rules we have already read. Keep remembering all these things and convert certain sentences into passive voice. So thank you very much. So I hope you dear students, you understood the basic of active voice and passive voice, and it will be helpful for your exam. So if you like our video, please like and do subscribe and hit the bell icon to get all notification. Thank you very much.